Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Giuseppe. Giuseppe is from Italy, but he lives in Berlin, in Germany. So let's see what Giuseppe has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Giuseppe. How are you?
Hi, William. I'm very good. How are you?
Very well. Thank you so much for taking the time for the interview today. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
So how's your day going so far? I mean, it's already evening. How was your day today?
It was very productive. Well, I woke up early and I went to the gym. And then I just did some errands at home. And yeah, just that usual stuff. Let's say.
Do you consider yourself to be more of a day or night person?
I'm more of a morning person, definitely. I usually wake up at 5:30 to go to the gym, and then I go to the office, and then, I do the rest.
Tell me where you're from, Giuseppe.
I'm Italian. I'm from Sicily.
Okay. And I believe you are living in Germany right now.
Correct. So at the moment, I'm living in Germany, in Berlin.
Berlin? Oh. And why the change from Sicily to Berlin?
Well, actually, the story is a bit different. So actually, before moving to Berlin, I was living in London for let's say almost 4 years.
Uh-huh.
And then when COVID came, I decided to just leave London for good. And I moved back to Sicily just for a couple of months, just like 2 months. And then a friend asked me to move to Berlin, trying to, to get a new life, to find a new job. And I said, okay, let's do it. And so I moved here without being here before on holiday. So just like as an adventure.
Wow. And so how long have you been there for so far?
2 years and 3 months already.
Amazing. And what do you do for a living, Giuseppe?
So at the moment, I'm working for an IT company, and I take care basically of internal communications and engagement inside my company. But actually, my background is totally different because I studied musical theater.
Wow. So you are a singer and actor as well?
Correct. I'm a singer, actor, and I can dance a little bit.
Amazing. So tell me a little bit about your career.
You mean the musical theater career?
Yes.
Well, unfortunately, nothing happened because basically I started to study in London in an academy, and then I basically graduated in 2019. And then, as soon as I graduated, I started to do auditions for shows and cruise ships, and then COVID came.
Oh.
So thank you, COVID. So I didn't really have, the chance to work professionly in a musical theater career.
You never know. It can happen anytime.
Absolutely. Like my big goal in life is to, being on stage someday. For now, I'm just happy this way, but my big goal is to, perform. Yeah.
I think when you are an artist, you can work or you can do anytime. You can always follow a different path. There's always something happening. You know what I mean? So there's always opportunities around.
Yes, I agree. Absolutely.
And actually, when you say about cruise ship, I remember I was working for Disney Cruise Line, for Disney Worlds. And I remember the crew, the artists, the dancers, they were performing every night. And it was so beautiful to see those artists just running around, getting themselves ready. And I was like, wow, that's amazing to see.
I think it's a very tough career that, that a person can choose. But I think, for me personally, the feeling of the satisfaction, when you get a job and you perform in front of, like, I don't know, thousands of people, I think that's just great. It fills you up.
Amazing. Giuseppe, before we start our journey within the Magic Box, would you like to tell me something interesting about yourself?
About myself. I don't. Well, I'm Italian, but I don't drink wine or beer. That's
That's funny. And not all your family are back in Sicily.
correct. Yes, all my family is in Sicily. Yeah.
Amazing. Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views?
Yes. Let's do it.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. This is my best friend, okay? No further fun questions. I'm just gonna play a song now, just for us to relax a bit before the first question. Let's do it. Right, Giuseppe, before we start the game, during the journey, if there is a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, I always can change, okay?
Okay.
First question for you is, what is your funniest memory of a date that you had?
Funny. Okay, how a funny date.
Funny or something that you're never gonna forget, you know, like a funny moment or a situation that you go like, okay, that's something that I wasn't expecting.
Okay, it's a bit disgusting. Can I?
Of course.
Okay. Well, I was meeting this guy, and as soon as back in Italy, so like I was also very young. So he came to pick me up with his car. I got in the car, and then as soon as I, just like, hi, in Italy we do double kiss. Mwah, mwah. I smelled his breath, and it was, oh my gosh, I cannot even describe what it smelled like, but I would say a mix between garlic and I don't know, something. It was awful. And that's really, it's something that I really can't forget.
Oh my God, it put you off straight away.
Right away. Like for me, it's very important,
Hygienic, yeah.
hygiene, yeah, exactly. Personal care. It's very important. So yeah, that's a funny thing.
It didn't go too far.
No.
Saying that, Giuseppe, tell me how was growing up as a gay boy back in Sicily?
Well, of course, in Sicily, mostly in Italy, but also in Sicily, they have a very difficult mentality. So for me, in school, it was quite bad. Also because I was a bit, also personally, I was a bit different from how I look today. So I was a bit more chubby, more, sweet face, but some of the bullies could recognize, could see that. And so I don't have a problem to say that people, bullied me in high school, in high school, like before high school. But yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Even today, gays, when I go back to Sicily for, to visit my family and I open Grindr, people are scared. So they don't show their face. They don't, it's very, very difficult. Yeah.
And do you have siblings as well, or you are the only child?
I have two siblings. Yeah, I have two sisters older than me. They both have a daughter, so I'm an uncle.
Oh, sweet. How old is she?
So my niece so basically the one is 2 years old and the other one is 1 year old.
Oh, it's two babies.
Yes.
Next question, let's do it. Next question for you is, tell us about your best holidays and why you consider that.
Well, my best holiday was, okay, can I have two?
Sure.
So my very first, best holiday was when I visited London. So before moving in London, I went there on holiday, and I'm talking about like maybe 10 years ago. And I went there on holiday with some friends, and as soon as I got there, I said, wow, I want to live here. Like this has to be my city. And then it happened, you know, after a few years later. It's just, you know, I loved everything about London. I do even now. I love everything about London, the architecture, the culture, and you know, everything. The theater, of course.
Uh-huh.
So that's one. And the second one, well, it's more recent. Last summer, I went to Greece,
Mm.
and I went to an island that it's called Crete.
Okay.
And it's just, you know, the sea is amazing. It's even more beautiful than Sicily, you know.
Wow.
I have to admit that, yes, it's amazing. It was like Caribbean Sea, you know, in Greek.
Wow. Did you go on your own or with friends?
No, I went with one of my friends, one of my best friends. We studied kind of studied together in a musical in a musical school, and yeah, we just decided to go there together. We rented a car and we drove, you know, all around the island.
As you say, how much you enjoyed your time in London. When you think about London, when you're living here, what's the best memory that comes to your mind?
For me, it's going to, you know, having the chance to go to a theater whenever I wanted to, you know. Also because, you know, there are also like lottery to win the tickets last minute. And so for me, you know, I saw so many shows when I was in London, and that's for me something that, you know, it's really, it will be impressed in my mind. Going to a theater and, you know, getting emotional with a show or crying, laughing or whatever.
Amazing. Very good. Next question. Let's do it. Before the next question, tell me so far what do you like the most about living in Berlin, and also the flip sides. What do you find most challenging?
Okay, let's start with the most challenging one. I would say the language. German is very, very difficult, and you know, for me personally, I'm a person who likes languages. You know, I learned in high school. I was studying French, English, and I love languages. You know, I can understand Spanish, a little bit of French, but German, it's is so complicated that I'm, you know, I studied some German classes recently, but still, it doesn't get here. For some, I don't know. It's just very difficult. So that's the challenging one. And the good side of Berlin is that everything is very, how do you say? Well, it's not expensive as a city, so you can have a good life. Everything is accessible, let's say. And it's not like in London, for example, where everything is super expensive, so many people. Here you can have a balance, you know, a very nice balance. Yes.
I believe that's at work. Do you use English or Italian?
Yes.
English.
So the company where I work, you know, is not a German company. It's actually a Finnish company from Finland. So
Okay.
in the company, we only speak English. So that, of
And
course,
yeah, carry on.
I mean, that doesn't help me to speak German because we only speak in English.
So, speaking English, if you speak English, you can survive, let's say, in Berlin. You can have like a normal life, let's say, or not. It's a bit tricky.
Yes. So if you live in Berlin, you can survive to, you know, to the German culture. But I think Germany is, even if it's like a very multicultural city, you need to know a little bit of German, because if you know, if you go to a doctor, if you go to deal with some bureaucracy, you need to know German. And also if you want to, you know, progress in your job, I think it's essential. Yeah.
And so far, what's your favorite German word that you already learned?
Genau.
Which means?
Which means like, it means like, okay, all right, like, all right. And they always say it like genau, genau, genau.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, you just made my day now. Learn something new. Genau. Genau. I like that.
Genau.
That's...
Yeah, genau.
Next question for you is, what was the last thing that made you smile?
Well, this show is making me.
Oh,
That's true.
oh, sweet. Now you make me smile now.
See?
Next question, let's do it. Next question for you is, okay, let's say now that you have, in Italy, you have prime minister or you have president in Italy?
We have prime minister, but also the president of the republic.
Okay, so let's say now you have the attention of the president of Italy. You are FaceTime, just you and him or her, and you can give just one advice to your president. What would you say?
Well, prime minister or president, one advice for you: quit. Quit now.
Okay.
I guess a lot of Italians right now would say the same thing, because yeah, it's a very difficult times for Italy at the moment with.
All right. I just hope this interview gets to them somehow, yeah. And they're gonna go like, you know what? Let me have a think about. I'm gonna call Giuseppe now just to have a deep conversation.
Yes.
Next one. Next question is, describe yourself in 3 words.
Oh, I hate this. Okay. Well, I'm okay. Positive. As a positive person, I'm always trying to see the positive things in everything. I'm stubborn.
Ooh.
And okay. I would say generous.
Okay. Saying that, Giuseppe, tell me, what's the best part of being yourself? When you think about yourself, your true self, what do you go like, okay, I'm very proud, or I like the way I think, what that would be?
I mean, recently, especially after the new year, I'm always I'm happy with myself when I think about also being healthy. But I'm not talking about just like a physical health, being health, of course. I'm also talking, about like healthy relationships or a healthy job, things that makes you appreciate everything. And, I think if you start to appreciate the things that are around you, you can also appreciate what you have in yourself, I think.
Amazing. And do you say that because this right moment you're living your life right now, you feel you're very, let's say, best, or you feel like you're at the right place?
Yes. So I started the new year with a different motivation compared to the one, the motivation that I had last year. And I'm working out even more than the last year. I'm trying to not stress about work, because it's just a job. It's not, job is not shouldn't affect your personal life. And I'm also trying to just appreciate myself. And yes, I think yes, I have a different motivation, yes, compared to last year.
Amazing. And I think it's quite this time of the year, like January, February, the beginning of the year, where people, they are kind of getting very motivated. They are starting a new year. We have this motivation somehow, even though if don't make new resolutions, but for some reason, I think all of us, we have this, okay, it's a new year, let me start, or maybe go to the gym more often, or maybe eating something more healthy, or maybe start a relationship that maybe I wasn't looking for, or maybe breaking up a relationship that is not working anymore. Could be anything, could be anything. But I think this time of the year, a lot of people, they somehow, they try to, start a new journey somehow, in a better way.
And the important thing is to, keep it for the whole year.
Yes.
Because I know a lot of people who are like, oh yeah, it's the 1st of January. I'm gonna start my, my diet, the gym and everything. And then after a month, they're like, oh, whatever. I'm like, bro.
That's so true. That's so true. I think the main thing is to keep going somehow. Stick to something that you planned and just go it, because you already started anyway. I think the most difficult when you start, but to keep it on, that's the challenge as well. And it's funny you saying that, because I remember I saw on social media a while ago a picture of the gym like in January, like a lot of smoke come throughout, like a lot, because there's so many people, and in December complete empty, like very peaceful. It made me laugh, because it's so true. Like January, so many people there. Like, and when you start getting summer as well, summer, I realized that summer there are a lot of people somehow. But when it gets the end of the year, it's a bit more quieter.
It's true. And what I noticed as well is that basically I got to the gym very early, like at 6:30, right? And I noticed that even at 6:30, the gym at the moment is very busy. There are a lot of people. I'm like, what are you doing here? You were not here before, like the last month, and now you just want to, so, and then in March or May, they're gonna be gone. They're.
You guys watch the interview right now. Keep it on, okay? Look what Giuseppe is saying. Yeah, he's watching you. Okay. Next one. Before the next question, tell me how the passion about being a singer, an actor, work, be an artist. There was a moment in your life that you went like, okay, I was born to be an artist. I was born to be in the stage. I was born to be visible somehow. There was a moment, or through your life, you kind of realized that?
I think, I realized that when I was very, very, very young. I'm talking about 7 years old. When I was 7 years old, I was already singing in English.
Wow.
Like in English, but and I was also making, inventing choreography with my neighbor, with my friends in the same, the neighbors, and I was also like shooting with the big camera that my parents had.
Wow.
So I was always into a creative, more creative lifestyle, more creative hobbies. And then it just, also when I was 8 years old, I asked my mom to buy me a keyboard. So it's always been there. And then I started to do singing lesson, and to join like a small group, theater group in my hometown. And since then I was like, okay, this is what makes me feel alive.
Wow. And did you have an idol as a child, someone that you were like, okay, I'd like to be like this person one day? There was someone or not?
Maybe like, some Italian actors. When I was watching, some movies, I was like, okay, wow, because I was getting like emotions from, from the movie. I was getting emotional, and I was like, wow, I also want to be able to give that to people. By singing, by acting. It's just also, a way to express what you have inside to other people.
Amazing. A proper artist. Next question is, what motivates you the most in life?
What motivates me in life? I would say my friends and my family. People that I love, and then I know that they care about me, and I want to be able to reach my goals, and to to fulfill my my goals also for them, you know. Because I think, you know, seeing them satisfying of me, you know, reaching my goals, my purpose, is also, you know, a way of me being happy because they are happy, you know.
It makes all sense. I think when I think as well about like, you know, achieving a better life, achieving a goal, and I just think about as well my family, someone like watching me somehow. Like, oh my God, I'm so happy as well. I totally understand what is your point, and your parents always supported you regarding your career.
Yes, absolutely. You know, with actually always with everything, with every choice that I wanted to make in life, they always supported me. Yeah.
Wow, like you. Ready for another one?
Yes.
Let's do it. Next question. People, they when they approach you or when they see you, they make some compliment regarding your eyes.
Yes, yes. I mean, not everyone, but yeah, some people, yeah.
Yes, when I saw your picture, the first thing that got my attention, I was like, wow, that's so beautiful eyes. It was like amazing. It come from your parents or your mom or your dad?
Actually, no, I'm the only one who has blue eyes and it's like has blonde hair. But my grandma has blue eyes, so I guess I took it from her.
Amazing. Next question is, do you have any pet peeves?
There's actually one thing that just came to my mind is one that so once I was having dinner with, okay, she's a friend, she's like a friend of mine, but once we were at dinner, and for some reason when I was talking to her, you know, I could see that she was looking somewhere everywhere else. I was telling her things, right? Of course, like she didn't, you know, I was annoyed by her, but that's something that really annoyed me. Like if I'm talking to you, and I think, you know, it happened also on a date a few times where, you know, I talk to someone and maybe, you know, they look at someone else. I don't know. It's very annoying me. It really irritates me.
It feels like they're not connected with you somehow. They don't care what you're saying, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like they're getting distracted and like, okay, you're getting distracted, but you're losing me already, you know?
Totally. It's a bit rude as well in a way, isn't it? Like you're sitting with someone. It like, are you here? Are you here with me or?
Right? It's like, you know, we're having this interview and I'm looking there.
Yeah. I was about to make a joke, like you'll talk to me, I'll be like, okay, yes, or what you're saying, Giuseppe, carry on. I'm listening to you. I'm here my phone.
Sorry, yeah, let me check.
Check your grind and I'm here checking my thing. That's funny. Next question. Right, next question for you is, would you ever get a tattoo and what that would be?
Yes, I would love to get a tattoo. I don't have at the moment, but I would love to get one, and it would be the Egyptian cross of life.
Okay.
It's actually, I have it also as a necklace there, and I don't know, I just love the Egyptian culture, and also the graphics is just something that really fascinates me, and I think I was actually thinking about it a few days ago at the gym. I was like, you know, I really want to do that tattoo, and I want to do it here, so between the chest, like here.
Wow. And do you have any plans to very soon or?
Probably next month. Yeah.
Very soon. And tell me something, Giuseppe, how is being gay in Berlin? When I think, I've been in Berlin a long time ago once, and I felt very, I don't know how it's now, but I felt like very free. I could be myself. Living in Berlin as a gay person, do you think you can be your truly self? You can express the way you are? The community is very welcoming, like the gay community, and also people around, they respect?
So I would say it's so of course Berlin is very free as a city, but there are always, of course, you know, those people, you know, that they you know, they don't respect you, like in every city. So there are also cases of, you know, homophobic attack. That's
Wow.
it happens, of course. But Berlin is a city where you can be yourself most of the time, you know. Like I wouldn't personally, you know, I don't know, being truly myself when I'm outside. Just maybe just because of the way I was, you know, I grew up. It's just, you know, if I'm with my friends, with my family, I can be as gay as I want. You know, I don't care. But if I'm outside, you know, people are crazy outside. You don't know people. You don't know how they can react, and that, and I don't want to say that I'm scared, but I'm like, it's just, you know, I just don't want to do it. So I try to be myself, you know, even outside, but I don't want to like exaggerate, you know.
I see. Makes sense. Makes sense. And the Italian community there, have you seen a lot of Italian people living there as well?
Yes, there are a lot of Italians. We are everywhere, actually. Even London is like full of Italians. We tend to, you know, to get away from Italy because, you know, Italy is amazing if you go on a holiday. But to live there, it can be complicated, and I guess that's why, you know, people try to expatriate in other countries.
I see. 3 questions left for you. Let's do it. For the next question, Sicily. When I think about Sicily, I think about sun. I think about paradise, about a good beach, about relaxing. When people go to Sicily for the very first time, what would be your advice? What is a place to see? There is something special about the place?
I would say, well, the seaside. So my advice would be go during spring, or like, I don't know, May or October, September. Of course, like you can go also during the summer, which is amazing. It's super hot, and you know, but going in spring and or even September, I think these are the best months. And so go to the seaside because we have like beautiful sea. And I would say then try all the food, eat everything, because it's very good.
There is a traditional dish in Sicily that you cannot find anywhere else in Italy.
Yes, I think it's so it's called cassata, and it's basically a cake made of ricotta cheese, and then sugar glazed, and it's very specific, you know, very specifically from Sicily. And yeah, I think here I couldn't find it anywhere. Yeah.
I see. Next question is, what would be your theme show? Sorry, what would be your theme song if you had your own show?
I would say one song from you know, from Lady Gaga, like any song from Lady Gaga or Beyonce, I would say, because I'm a big fan. I'm actually going to see Beyonce in June. Yes.
Wow, in Berlin?
In Cologne, yeah.
Oh my God, amazing. You see, I think of the Grammys that she won now. She made history with the most,
Yes.
I'm not saying female or male, but female winners, Grammy winners so far. Wow. Top 3 favorite songs of Beyonce?
Crazy in Love, Irreplaceable, and Hello.
Lady Gaga, 3 favorite songs?
Alejandro, Applause, and Gypsy.
I like applause as well. I like Alejandro as well. Alejandro brings me to there's a 80s feeling there.
Yes.
How I love it.
That's the best album. Like Alejandro, Born This Way is just amazing.
2 questions left. Let's do it. Before the next question, tell me, pizza or pasta?
Pizza. Always.
What's your favorite Italian word?
I don't know. Can it be a curse? A curse? Like I usually say, like I don't know, cazzo, cazzo, cazzo. You know.
It's a way of all Italian. They say a lot, don't they? Always.
Yeah, you know, and we complain a lot. That's why we say che cazzo, because we complain a lot.
I see. It's funny because when I arrived in London, and you know, in Brazil, I'm from Brazil. In Brazil, we say ciao, but just when you say goodbye. We don't say ciao when we arrive. And for me, it was so strange to arrive in a place or to arrive at work, and the Italian people, they were like, "Oh, ciao, William." It was so strange. Like when you say hello, for me, I was like, "Oh my God." It took me a while to get used to it. Nowadays, it's fine for me. I understand. But as soon as I arrived at work and I met a friend, an Italian friend, they're like, "Oh, ciao, William. Nice to see you." I was like, "Oh my God, it's so strange."
Of course, yeah.
Next question is, what makes you the saddest?
What makes me, sorry?
The saddest.
The saddest. So the saddest thing for me is seeing others suffering. It could be people or even animal. Like if I see someone suffering, it breaks my heart. I you know, when I sometimes I think I prefer to take your suffering, and you know, I'll take it. But yes, seeing someone suffer, it really breaks my heart.
Do you cry easily, Giuseppe?
I cry for everything. Yes.
Wow. So for you, when you're acting, it's very easy to cry then.
That's a good thing. Yes. If I'm on stage, that's, you know, that's easy. But yeah, I cry also for food. If I see food and I try a good food, I'm like, wow, okay, it's good. And I get emotional.
That's funny. Ready for the last question?
Yes.
Let's do it. Last one. Okay, I'm going to ask a question for you before the last one, but I think it's going to be very easy because you already gave away somehow. Right, so let's pretend now you have the opportunity to do, like, I don't know, a world tour, you know, a collaboration, be on stage with anyone in the world. Like, okay, you're going to be there. Who that would be?
Well, yes, it kind of, like I would love to be, you know, to do a duet with Beyonce. Like it would be, wow. It's something that, you know, it's not even possible for me, you know, to happen. Like that cannot happen. Like, you know, but that would be a huge thing.
You know what? This interview goes live before you go to her concert. Imagine if she watches this interview right now, and when you are there in Cologne, she goes like, actually, there is someone here who participates in a show called William the Magic Box. His name is Giuseppe. Is he around? I would like to do it. Imagine if that happens.
I don't know what I would. I would come to London just to hug you, thank you. So Beyonce, if you're watching, you know, I'm watching.
Come on, Beyonce. Come on, Beyonce. He's a big fan. Just give him opportunity. He just wants to do like one music. He just want to be your side, dancing or do something.
Exactly. Yes, one song. Also, I'm gonna be very close to the stage, so you know, she can see me. She might see me.
Gonna see this man with these beautiful blue eyes, just shining. Let's see. You never know. You never know. You know, the world is it's full of possibilities. It's full of surprises. You know what I mean? So you never know. You never know. There's so many stories out there of people, like random people with random stories. So Let's just hope.
That's true. And nowadays also, like, you know, everything is through social medias, and you
Super
know,
fast.
and you know, people, you know, get promote, you know, I don't know, get famous on TikTok and or you know, or YouTube. So you're right, you never know.
Never know. Let's hope. Last question for you is, if you could be an animal, which one that would be and why?
I would say an eagle.
Tell me why.
Because I always had the I always want to try to fly, you know, to have the feeling of flying.
Mhm.
Like, for example, one thing that I really want to do is flying with a parachute from, you know, from a plane or from a bridge. I always wanted to, you know, have this feeling of being in the air and just fly. So I would say an eagle. Yeah.
Let's say that you have the superpower of flying somewhere right now at this moment. Where would you fly?
Oh. I would go to um can I say, like, I don't know.
Anywhere. You can go anywhere, just for a moment or for anything. Where would you fly just right now?
Right now I would go to a seaside. I really miss the sea. I really miss the fresh air of you know, looking at the horizon. It's something that I really miss. So I would go somewhere in close to the sea.
Back in Sicily, how far you are from the beach?
10 minutes.
Okay.
10 minutes with a car. So, you know, I grew up close to the sea, close to the seaside, and that's really something that I really miss. Even if it's winter, you know, I would love to go there, look at the sea. You know, it gives me like a sense of peace, and it's grounding me you know, to life. I don't know.
Wow, amazing. So then, let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking.
Okay.
So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game.
Okay.
Money.
Beyonce.
Okay. Family.
Alice Alessia, my niece.
Oh. One word for love.
Oh, okay, I'm thinking about it too much. Food.
Please, pizza, yeah? Sex.
Sex. Amazing.
Life.
Life. Brave.
Politics.
Horrible. Useless.
Okay. Religion.
Useless.
Fear.
Fear. Fear. Needed. It's needed.
Amazing. Friendship.
Beautiful.
One word for desire.
Desire. Desire. I don't know. What's yours? What would you say?
I would say desire for me, I would say dangers. Very danger, desire.
Okay, so risky. Yeah.
Okay. You are tricky, yeah? One word for regrets.
Regrets. Regret. Needed as well, you know.
Part of the journey. Success.
Sacrifice.
Wish.
Happy birthday.
Okay. One word for happiness.
Love.
One word for London.
I miss you. London.
One word for Berlin.
Gray.
One word for Sicily.
Food.
One word for Italy. One word for musical theater.
Life.
Amazing. One word for Beyonce, the last one.
Rich.
How about Lady Gaga? One word.
One word for Lady Gaga. She's great. Yes, she's great. Great.
Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friend, tell me the most beautiful thing about Giuseppe, and tell me something that he still needs to work on, to improve on. What your best friend would say.
So one thing that a good thing would be you will always, laugh or smile with Giuseppe. One thing that he should work on, maybe like asking for help.
Yeah. You feel like you can do anything, you can take everything on your shoulders, yeah?
Yeah, I tend to, yes, exactly, to, keep everything for myself. But I'm starting, slowly, to ask for help when I'm struggling, when I'm sad, when in difficult times. But it's because, I've always, been this way since I was a kid, a teenager. Everything on my shoulder.
What's your star sign?
Taurus.
Interesting. Wow, very interesting. And very tidy, very clean, very organized. That's I have
yes.
I have a lot. I actually have a very interesting story with Taurus, and I'm gonna share with you. I had like at least 5 lovers. They were Taurus. When I meet Taurus people, like guys, when they tell me that they are Taurus, I run away. And I'll tell you why, because I fell in love easily. My first love was Taurus, was a girl. I have one of my best friends now. We become friends anyway. I have this fascination about it. We get very, attached somehow, but not for love, but for something more than that. And one of my best friends, my first gay friend actually, that I made in Europe when I arrived, I know him for 20 years. And the first time I met, actually, he got your eyes as well. He's Portuguese, but he got your eyes, beautiful blue eyes. And I fell in love straight away. I was so deep in love with him, and but we didn't mean to be a couple. We meant to be friends. And this, my first love as well. We become very good friends, and I have 2 more others that I fell in love easily, but it didn't mean to be. So when I meet someone as Taurus, I go like, okay, we're gonna become best friends, but not more than that.
Yeah, we're very we can be complicated.
Specific, let's say, very specific.
And we are very thinker. We think a lot. That's why also when we were playing the game, I was thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, let's play now, Giuseppe and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But you can ask me a question now, Giuseppe.
So, William, is there something that you really regret in life?
Good question. Good question. Right. I see regrets as lessons. Yeah. As you said, it's important. I think all of us, we have those moments that you go like, okay, I wish I could go back and change somehow. Yeah. Okay. I think, Giuseppe, the first thing that came to my mind is I made some mistakes in the past that, very close friends, they were by my side, and you're like, William, you're doing a mistake. That's not the right way to do things. And I was like, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to carry on. I know exactly what I'm doing. And it wasn't the right thing to do. And so I wouldn't change it, because somehow, we learned and we take a lesson of it. But when I look back, they were completely right. Yeah. And when your best friend, they say something to you, even though you don't understand or you don't want to believe or you don't want to listen to it, but actually they are right because it come from a good place. Yeah. So one of my biggest regrets, it's about listening to my friends when they were telling me something that maybe I was doing wrong, I wasn't following the right path, I was behaving as a child, I wasn't being an adult, and when I look back, they were completely right. I think, again, I wouldn't change it because it built the person I am right now, but I think I would learn the lesson a different way. Let's put it this way. So yeah, one of the biggest regrets is not to listen to my friends when they were there for me, trying to help me, but I thought that I was doing something right, but I wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah. Giuseppe, did you have a good time?
It was amazing. Thank you so much for inviting me, really.
Thanks so much. I'm going to tell you something now very interesting. I remember the first time when I invited you, when I invited you for the first time, and do you know why I remember? Because your message, your mess was very real, genuine, and you said, I would love to be part of it, and you put a love very big, and I was like, oh my God, I remember I was literally coming back home on the way home, and I was talking to different people, yeah, like talking. And when I saw your message, I was like, oh my God, that's something nice, the way you replied. And yeah, I was just expecting, as I could see, someone very positive, as you say in the beginning, full of energy, with this, you can see the emotions in your face that you are, expressing yourself. And yeah, thanks so much for being kind and sweet and for accepting my invitation. But before you go, if you can share a positive message, something that you live by.
I would say always ask for help if you need it, and just do the things that make you happy. Don't don't do things just because you need to do it, but just do the things that make you happy.
Good one. Very good. Thank you so much for the interview, and you keep in touch. And I see you in Berlin one day or in London. You never know.
I have to come. It's been a long time. So I was in London. It was last year in October.
Okay.
Like a year ago. So I need London. So I might text you.
Let me know. Okay. Take care and enjoy your evening. Take care, Giuseppe. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, William.
Take care. Ciao. Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye. See you next time.